Engaging ways to celebrate Thanksgiving in the classroom. Hey there, I'm Charlotte with Colorful Teaching for You. Thank you so much for joining me. And today we're going to be looking at Thanksgiving again. We did talk about it a few weeks ago because it was Thanksgiving in Canada, and now it's almost Thanksgiving in the US. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And you know, this is a really exciting time for a lot of kids because they get to celebrate, sit down, celebrate time with not just their immediate family, but also their extended family and other relations. So this is super exciting, but as you know, there's so many new kids in this world, well, in our province, in our countries, in our states, that not everybody around the world celebrates Thanksgiving. So there are many kids that don't know much about Thanksgiving. And so we are going to be talking about how do we teach this concept to our kids, but a few weeks ago we talked about how to teach it to them respectfully, because there are some ramifications also beyond just the wonderfulness of it. And so we looked at how do we teach this respectfully. I'm going to link, if you actually click the link associated with this video where it says full episode, if you go right to the introduction, I'm going to actually add a direct link to the article that we talked to, and the video where we talked about how to teach it respectfully to our kids first, because that's the most important step before you get into the fun, engaging activities. You can get into the activities once you have a clear understanding of Thanksgiving and why we teach it and why we celebrate it. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the fun activities. Okay, number one is the Thanksgiving hunt. Now this isn't a real game, but I made it up, so we'll go with it. What I like to do is I have this resource that I would love for you to download, and it is, again, the full episode, the link associated with this video where it says full episode. If you click it under number one where it says the Thanksgiving hunt, you get access to the resource. Download yours, and then you are going to take the images that are in that resource. What I like to do is I take the image, I cut them up, I also cut the words up, and then I hide the words around my classroom, and I take the image and I give it to each student. And their job is to go around the class and to find the word that's associated with the image. Now, if you've got older kids and they're able to read a bit more, I like to write instructions about how they can find it, like give them little hints. And then once they find their image and they have the word, or they find the word and they have their image, they come to me and they show it to me, and if it matches, they get a little treat from me, just because it's fun. And then the second thing I like to do is called the Thanksgiving mat. Now, you don't need very much for this. All you need is a piece of cardstock paper. So one cardstock paper per child. Give each of them one. They put it on their desk, and they are expected to draw and color and decorate the entire page with things that they are thankful for. I tell them not to leave any blank spaces. So if you've got young ones, perhaps they could work with older kids, or if they have big buddies, they can work with them and create a thankful or a Thanksgiving mat. Sorry about that. Then the next thing, this activity is going to be used for the next number 3, which is called the Thanksgiving feast. Because we've played games, we've learned about Thanksgiving, we understand it, we've got our thankful sheet right there, or thankful mat right there, and now we're moving on to eating. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your kids, each of your kids are going to bring a potluck dish that they perhaps enjoy for a Thanksgiving meal at home with their families. And if they don't, or they've never celebrated Thanksgiving before, a meal that they enjoy, they'll just bring that in and they can share that with the class. This is going to be dependent on your school and their regulations and their rules, so please make sure you check in with them. Also remember that some kids have allergies, so you might want to send your parents emails about that. And then they'll bring all of their dishes together. You can either supply plates and forks, but what I like to do is just ask parents to please send in a lunchbox that they can eat in, so that it eliminates waste, right? Before they even start the eating process, we're going to go back to number 2, and when they created those Thanksgiving mats, and you're going to go around the room, and each child is going to share one thing that they are thankful for that they wrote on their sheets. And then after that, they can either take this Thanksgiving mat either home, or you can put it up on your bulletin board. So it's got a dual purpose right there. But it keeps them in a state of gratitude and then you can go and serve and enjoy the meal together. So what we've talked about today is how do we celebrate or teach our kids about Thanksgiving in a respectful way. We've also looked at 3 different activities. Number 1 is a Thanksgiving hunt. Number 2 is a Thanksgiving mat. And number 3 is a Thanksgiving feast. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me. In the meantime, remember to create, experience, and teach from the heart. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Bye.